So today we're pleased to hear from Bill Almolky speaking on the interesting topic of illustrating the oneness of mankind, of humankind, through poetry.
Well, it's a grandiose title now that I hear.
Yeah. All of these things.
I'm not a member of ISIS, despite this. And I've been reading about them, and it's scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to establish a caliphate, which is a descendancy of Muhammad, and they're extreme Muslims who invite you to convert to Islam, and if you don't, off with your head. The reason for the patch is that I had cataract surgery on Wednesday, and it threw all my vision out of whack. My glasses don't work anymore. I'm getting the other eye done this coming Wednesday, and I'm hoping then I'll be back in balance. So I'll need all the help I can get from all of you. This morning we're going to create a poem in the group. We're going to co-create, and I invite all of you to take part. And how we'll do it is that I will start out by reading a line, and then the next person will add a line, and the next, and so on. If you're stuck, you can say, come back to me later. Or if you prefer not to participate, that's okay. You can say, I just want to listen. And I need somebody to be a scribe to write the poem down. Is there somebody who can do that?
I've got it.
Okay, thank you. And I've cheated. I got the I got the first line just in case I got stuck. And the first line is, moon rose gently over the misty lake.
And it fills me with passion for the vibrations that it radiates to me and to the earth.
Okay,
Can you repeat that?
And the moon fills me with passions for the vibrations that it radiates to me and to the earth.
Are you finished?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And the vibrations rippled through the ocean as it skidded along and beyond.
Okay, just say the vibration. The vibrations
Rippled through the ocean over and beyond.
over and beyond.
And I sit on the beach and watch the waves coming in one by one, and I'm mesmerized by their action of just slowly coming and receding and coming and receding.
That's long. It's okay. I sit on the beach as the waves come in.
Yeah, coming in
I mean, those are your words. Okay, come in one by one.
one by one and coming and going.
Coming and going is at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
preface this with a little statement of the use of the gazelle, gazelle, which Rumi used. And for every one verse, you have to have a corresponding other verse that may be in opposition to that verse to bring out both sides of the poem. So my poem is: the moonlight makes me stumble in its false brilliance.
Nice. And I hope I will not stumble. On my way to my fishing boat.
Here I am now floating in the ocean's dream.
I connect to my heart. To the heart of the ocean and the moon. And I feel that we are one.
It may be deceiving to some, but to me it is love.
And as beautiful as it is, there's still an emptiness inside me.
I don't know if I haven't been writing. Empty and clear and bright and beautiful.
I am the moon. I am the ocean. I am the space between them, the love between them, the connection between them.
Okay, I am the moon, I am the ocean. I am the love.
No, I never can remember. I am the, maybe the love that connects. I don't know what is it.
Did anyone catch that?
That's what, I wrote this so I could catch what I said
I
and tell it to
see.
you, but it's
Okay.
gone.
I am the moon, I am the ocean, I am the space between them, the love that connects them, that loves them,
That sounds right.
The love that connects,
Yeah.
connects all.
connects all.
That's good.
All right, that's good.
Wow.
Now, scribe, would you read our poem, please?
Okay. The moon rose gently over the misty lake. It fills me with passion and the vibrations that it radiates. The vibrations ripple through the ocean, over and beyond. I sit on the beach as the waves come in one by one, going and coming. The moonlight makes me stumble in its false brilliance. I hope I will not stumble on my way to my fishing boat. Here I am now, floating in the ocean's dream. I connect to my heart, to the heart of the ocean and the moon, and feel we are one. It may be deceiving to some, but to me, it is love. As beautiful as it is, there is still an emptiness inside me. Empty and clear and bright and beautiful. I am the moon, I am the ocean, I am the space between, the love that connects all.
Wow, beautiful.
I
I think it was read well, that's my
Yeah.
feeling about it.
It was.
It was,
It was
yeah,
very,
it
very
read
well.
perfectly.
Now,
Do we have a title?
anybody got a title to suggest?
The ocean, what,
The ocean, or
isn't that the common thread?
It is,
And then
although
the
he
moon.
started out with the lake and everyone turned it into the ocean, but,
Oh,
And the moon,
and
It
the
was
moon.
the moon.
yes.
Call it the lake and the ocean.
The lake and the ocean, I actually like that.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Because it, because when it said the ocean over and beyond, and then we all went to the ocean.
We get part of the royalties.
Do we?
It's shared equally here.
Beautiful poem, and I'd like to amplify it. I'd like to hear it sung. I'd like to see it danced. I'd like to see it signed. I'd like to see it mined. And I'm going to call on anybody here to do those things, to help us.
Oh, we have a
And
flute.
who wants to sing the poem?
I will see.
So,
I hope you can read it.
and you can make up the melody as you go.
Why, yes, I'll have to do that.
It's written right underneath the words.
Yeah.
The moon rose gently over the misty lake. It fills me with passion, with the vibrations that it radiates. The vibrations ripple through the ocean, over and over. I sit on the bank, and the waves come in one by one, going and coming. The moonlight makes me stumble, and for in its false brilliance, I hope I will not stumble on my way to my fishing boat. Here I am now, floating in the ocean stream. I connect to my heart, to the heart of the ocean and the moon, some, but to me it is love. As beautiful as it is, there is still an emptiness inside me, empty and clear and bright and beautiful. I am the moon, I am the space between them, and the love that connects them all. That's and now, what next, dance?
Now, I'd like to hear the poem read without words. And the way we could do that is to have the poem signed. And I know there's one person at least here who
I've
does that.
forgotten my vocabulary. I don't know if I can do that.
Read without
Well,
words.
Signing.
Sign language.
Yeah.
Here's what I
Oh, I see.
suggest.
Okay.
The scribe will stand behind you and speak the words softly while you sign.
You didn't hear me say, I forgot my vocabulary.
Oh,
But, I mean, I could fake it, but,
Well, why don't each person do their line? Just sign your line anyway with any action.
I can't sign.
Yeah, but not actual sign language, just any action.
Mime.
mine.
Mime your line.
Just like with body language, you
That's,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
What is-
Okay, I'll give it to you and we'll just pass it around then.
What is signing? Like, what do you do when you sign? Is it a language? What is
Yeah, it's an
signing?
actual
It's a
sign
language,
language.
but it's,
Well,
Hand-
sign is a language, but we don't know that, so we're just gonna
Is that
mime.
like the language for people that can't hear?
Yeah.
Yes, or
Yes.
can't
Same
speak,
language
Yeah,
you're talking
yes.
about?
speak.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Do you do it?
no.
No, we're just gonna mime, we're not doing the signing, we can't, because we don't know it, or most people. So we'll just mime.
So just channel it all.
I kind of seem that out, but maybe I can do it, but you know what, I have to feel it very deeply, I'm not sure it's, I don't think I feel it as, but I can definitely.
Well, somebody suggested we each do our own mime. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Mine.
going to ask somebody to dance the poem, but I think we just had it. And that's wonderful. I want to thank all of you. And I wonder, Scribe, if you would read our poem once more, the way you did the first time. It was beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Just a little different.
It will be.
Yeah.
Read it just the way you did last time,
The same.
but read it just the way you did last time,
But different.
but different.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I will start with the title because we didn't have a title before. So this is the poem of the Unity Center of the Kootenays, collective poem called The Lake and the Ocean. The moon rose gently over the misty lake. It fills me with passion and the vibrations that radiate. The vibrations ripple through the ocean over and beyond. I sit on the beach as the waves come in one by one, going and coming. The moonlight makes me stumble in its false brilliance. I hope I will not stumble on my way to my fishing boat. Here I am now, floating in the ocean's dream. I connect to my heart, to the heart of the ocean and the moon, and feel we are one. It may be deceiving to some, but to me, it is love. As beautiful as it is, there's still an emptiness inside me. Empty, but clear and bright and beautiful. I am the moon. I am the ocean. I am the space between them and the love that connects all.
Beautiful.
We did good.
Yeah, what a wonderful poem.
Yes.
You're gonna get it printed?
If you like.
We'll have to print it
We'll
up
put it
and-
on the website.
on the website, absolutely.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
Maybe Paul will.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul,
describe it.
ask him this.
oh yes, you could make it into
Oh, describe it.
a
Oh, that'd be
beautiful
good.
thing to hang up.
Do you
Do I
need,
dare try this?
oh, do you need some help?
Do you need help in some reading something?
Yes. Could you read this?
The guest house?
It's called The Guest House. This
Ah.
poem is by Rumi.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
The poem is about 1,000 years old. And Rumi was a Sufi leader who lived in what is now Afghanistan. And he met a man called Shams Tabriz, who was what you might call a holy fool. And they got drunk on praising God. And Rumi wrote, this is my very favorite poem of all poems, including my own. And it's called The Guest House.
The guest house. This, being human, is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meaningness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Oh, lovely.
You want to tell them our experience with that poem?
Last year, we lived that poem.
Well,
Last year? Did you invite all the Shambhala
I
people
was
to that?
thinking, yeah,
Close.
Oh.
No, it was relatives. That was,
I was
you know,
thinking-
should have invited the Shambhala people.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll go ahead.
Well, when your sister visited us, we posted that poem on the wall, remember that?
Go ahead. I'm not remembering what you're referring to. Go ahead.
Well, I don't wanna expose anything, but you and your sister had a little bit of a problem, and your sister was always looking for shortcuts and relieving people of things. And so when her visit was announced, why, Ally locked up all her jewelry and everything of the sort. And, so we posted this poem on our front door.
Oh,
So-
that's right.
So we could
We
be
had it on the wall.
reminded of what they were actually doing. Like bringing us out for new adventures and so forth, rather than just looking at, oops, well, we better put that away, we better put that away. And so it really turned us around. It was a beautiful
What
experience.
is the name of that place?
The
Guest house.
Guest house, yes.
I'm going to close up with a little ego stuff. This is a poem of mine, and I think I can read it. And it tells about a tornado that I experienced 25 years ago in Edmonton, and I'd never seen a tornado in my life. And this was the most ugly, malevolent thing I'd ever seen. And I wrote the poem about a year ago, so it's had a gestation of about 25 or so years. And it's called The Storm Before the Calm. Which comes first? The calm before the storm, or the storm before the calm? From the upstairs bedroom window, the storm comes first. A huge black funnel, a malevolent whirling dervish, roars and howls over the flat land, as if pursued by all the devils from hell, touches down, obliterating everything in its path. Houses collapsed in on themselves. Uprooted trees do a macabre dance in midair. Driverless cars twist and turn on invisible highways. The tornado heads straight for the house, whose occupants stand at a window, mesmerized. In an instant it veers, crosses the highway, rips a large steel building from its foundation, shreds the roof, flings it sky high. Pallets of machinery go sailing like kites. The tornado roars away howling, a tribe of wounded banshees toward a trailer park. Through the perverse attraction it knows where it can do most damage, kill many. The couple in the window finally come away as a torrent of rain soon turns to hail the size of golf balls. Skies clear, calm settles over the landscape. The worst is over. At the trailer park, a new storm is gathering, made up of pain and sorrow, grief and confusion, horror and disbelief. Bewildered survivors amid the wreckage do not hear the wail of ambulances, the wail of the living. Do not register the bent, twisted aluminum, splintered wood, shattered glass, bloody dead and near dead. Do not see a child's hand reaching from the rubble as if to grasp the handlebar of an upturned tricycle whose foot pedals are still turning in the warm, flowing air.
Strong.
I want to thank you all for creating this wonderful poem. And I hope Paul will give it some treatment and
Yeah.
we can,
I make a suggestion that all the names go at the bottom, like,
Yeah, you can help me,
Okay.
if somebody can help me direct them.
Well, you started it, Bill, that was great.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, that was really a great thing to do. Wow.
So I hope poetry will become a part of your lives on each one,
I think it already is.
Yeah.
if it isn't already.
Yeah, and you didn't you ask us to bring a poem?
I don't remember.
Oh, you
I
did,
the
but
last time.
Okay, but I thought
oh,
last week you asked us to bring a
yeah,
poem.
I think.
Does
we're gonna-
anybody have a poem they want to read?
it's not written yet, but it's outlined, so I'll just tell it to you. I don't know if I'll ever write it. It's about the poem we all did together. And so this says, how much the moon shines in my heart, how powerfully the ocean pounds in my heart, depends on how alive I am today. And it's just an outline for a poem.
Why don't you write it? I'll write it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
And interesting that you began with something 1,000 years old, a Rumi poem. And I read an introduction to a Shakespeare play and was just so taken by this introduction that I wrote, this morning, I wrote a poem called Shakespeare's Pen. Shakespeare's pen, a quill, a feather from a fulsome bird plucked, shaved to a point defined, held in a skilled hand, dipped with a thought-filled mind into the medium that will allow words to appear to the eye. How did it feel to be held in genius' hand? Was it too filled with the fire of creative mind? Did it straighten just a little more? Stay sharper just a little longer? Hold more firmly to the ink so as not to blot and obscure the page? Did it fill with the light of the muse-filled hand, and perhaps add a thought or two of its own? And when she can be sharpened no more, and is laid aside, spent from a glorious life, she carries the richness of it all into the home of the void.
I have here a book by Fred Waugh, Diamond
Oh,
Brill,
yeah.
but I haven't read it, but this morning I looked through the pages, and I thought, well, this is sort of interesting here. It's part poetry, and it's about the Chinese that were treated as second-class citizens, and this is what it's all about. These straits and islands of the blood can be recognized as those very shores and lands we encounter in our earthly migrations. Places become buttons of feeling and color. Couture, a sudden heat or blush, ferments the recognitions. Whole worlds genetically traced. I know, for example, the coagulation of Victoria on Hong Kong Island and Victoria on Vancouver Island have become in my inheritance planetary junctures of deep emotion. Both British Victorias, these new world cities, must have seemed to my ancestors two ends of the same rope, because he was 3/4 Swedish and 1/4 Chinese. So that's right. Okay. And anyways, but many of the Chinamen, when they got to Canadian Victoria, were locked up in the detention hospital. A pig pen of iron screens and doors used for interrogation, and the collection of head taxes. My father was held there. He told me that earlier Gold Mountain men had inked or scratched poems on the walls that expressed their sorrow and anguish at being there. Detained on this island at the gates of Gold Mountain brings to my throat 100 feelings. My heart is filled with a sadness and anger I don't understand. Day after day, how can I vent my hatred but through these lines? The fog horns in the distance only deepen my sadness. Biology recapitulates geography. Place becomes an island in the blood.
Hmm,
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of touching.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
I had one, I just discovered this morning. And it's amazing how poetry can take a simple act and create poetry from it. This one is by Gunilla Norris, and it's called Becoming Bread. Let the golden honey run out of the jar. Let the water be sweetened in our mixing bowl. 3 giant spoonfuls of summer, nectar, sunshine, the hum of bees, warm nights, and ourselves in the grass. 3 giant spoonfuls of summer sweetening the water in the mixing bowl. We need this liquid gold to remember the goodness of life, the taste of honey, the memory of summer, that it returns, that it is the center, the open flower is sweet, that at the center, when it opens, we too are sweet, and have, like a swarm of bees, can fly into us, ecstatic, nectar drunk, and powdered with pollen. Our bread will have this, we'll have this poured from the center, rich gold, 3 giant spoonfuls.
Anybody else got a poem?
Well, thank you all. This has been lots of fun.
That's a nice poem.
Yes.